Please rise as you are able. I now call this meeting of City Council to order.
Oh, can our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
The City of Barrie acknowledges the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe people, which include the Odawa, Ojibwe, and Potawatomi nations, collectively known as the Three Fires Confederacy. We also acknowledge the Wendat Nation Huron, who occupied these lands prior to the middle of the 17th century. We're dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and recognize the enduring presence of Indigenous peoples on this land. We're committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation and respect with all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people. Members of Council, you may be seated. Members of Council, welcome to this City Council meeting. So the members of the public are aware we had a previous General Committee meeting earlier tonight, starting at 4 p.m., which commenced until roughly about 6:30, Madam Clerk.
Yes, yes I did.
Wonderful, and that will be some of the matters. Those will be some of the matters that will be on the agenda for tonight as well. There are no student mayors or confirmation minutes, awards or recognition, reports from officers, deputations, tax applications, communications, and so that takes us right through to committee reports, and I'll go to Deputy Mayor Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor Nadeau. Moved by myself, second by Councillor Negusi. That Section A of the First General Committee Report dated February 28th, 2024 be received.
Rookie mistake not putting them back in order. I'm kidding. And some of them are signed by someone else. Okay. It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson and seconded by Councillor Negusi that Section A of the First General Committee Report I'm just going to ask for some initials on this from the two of you.
Can you give those to Nixon?
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Negusi, Section A of the First General Committee Report dated February 28th, 2024 be received. This is a confidential personal information matter and solicitor-client privilege matter. Madam Clerk, is this the point? Nope. Perfect, thank you. Any questions or comments on this motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, and it carries. Deputy Mayor Thompson.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Negussi, that Section B of the First General Committee report dated February 28, 2024 be adopted.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Negussi, that Section B of the First General Committee report dated February 28, 2024 be adopted. This is regarding a personal information matter and solicitor-client privilege matter. And Madam Clerk, this is where I read this out. I'll read the motion out for the public. Whereas members of council are in receipt of a report from the Integrity Commissioner dated January 5th, 2024 concerning the Code of Conduct investigation related to the release of confidential information by a member of council during the previous term of council and a confidential legal opinion concerning this matter. And whereas Barrie City Council takes seriously its role in maintaining confidentiality related to matters discussed as part of confidential meetings, whereas the member of council who is the subject of the report of the Integrity Commissioner is wishing to issue apologies for the release of the confidential information, and that the report of the Integrity Commissioner dated January 5th, 2024 be published on March the 4th, 2024 to allow time for those parties to receive their correspondence, and that the city clerk prepare additional protocols for the handling of confidential agenda information circulated to members of council. Are there any questions or comments with regards to the motion that's on the floor? Seeing none, all those in favor, it carries. Deputy Mayor Thompson.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Negussi, that Section C of the First General Committee report dated February 28, 2024 be received.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson. It's seconded by Councillor Negussi that Section C of the First General Committee report dated February 28, 2024 be received. This is a confidential personal information matter concerning an identifiable individual. Say that 3 times fast. Any questions or comments from members of council? Seeing none, all those in favor, it carries. Deputy Mayor Thompson. Right. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're through the committee reports. There's no deferred business. We'll move on to direct motions. Deputy Mayor Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor Nuttall. Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon. Motion without notice, master plan for revitalization of Wellington Street and Bayfield Street, that pursuant to Section 7.1 of the procedural bylaw 2019-100, permission be granted to introduce a motion without notice concerning a master plan for the revitalization of Wellington Street and Bayfield Street.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Nixon, that a motion without notice, master plans for revitalization of Wellington Street and Bayfield Street, that pursuant to Section 7.1 of the procedural bylaw 2019-100, permission be granted to introduce a motion without notice concerning the master plans for the revitalization of Wellington Street and Bayfield Street. A 2/3 majority is required for the motion without notice. All those in favor? It carries. Deputy Mayor Thompson.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon, that staff prepared 2 master plans for the revitalization, of Wellington Street and 1 for Bayfield Street, and report back to Infrastructure and Community Investment Committee that should any of this work need to be outsourced, it be funded from the tax capital reserve at a cost not to exceed $250,000, that any provincial or federal grant funding received be allocated as appropriate to this project, and I can speak to this.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Nixon. With regards to the direct motion, the master plans for the revitalization of Wellington Street and Bayfield Street. Number 1, that staff prepare 2 master plans for the revitalization of Wellington Street and 1 for the Bayfield Street, and report back to the Infrastructure and Community Investment Committee. 2, that should any of this work need to be outsourced, to be funded from the tax capital reserve at a cost not to exceed $250,000. 3, that any provincial or federal grant or funding received be allocated as appropriate to this project. Deputy Mayor Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor Nuttall. I apologize for this being a direct motion, as it is time sensitive. Right now, we're receiving submissions in regarding our official plan and stuff, and it's open for public consultation. And we're going to see some developments coming forward on these streets. So this is just for us to be the leaders of it, to get ahead of it and start doing some studies and show what we can do on these two streets to support a development, to just be the leaders and not the followers of it.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Thompson. Are there any questions or comments with regards to the direct motion that's being put on the floor? Seeing none, all those in favor? It carries. Councillor Harvey.
Thank you, Mayor Nuttall. Motion without notice, extension of the Horsepower Sports and Entertainment Group facility use and concessions agreement, Sadlin Arena, that pursuant to Section 7.1 of the Procedural Bylaw 2019-100, permission be granted to introduce a motion without notice concerning the extension of the Horsepower Sports and Entertainment Group facility use and concessions agreement, Sadlin Arena.
It's moved by Councillor Harvey, seconded by Deputy Mayor Thompson, that a motion without notice extension of Horsepower Sports and Entertainment Group facility use and concessions agreement, Sadlin Arena, that pursuant to Section 7.1 of the Procedural Bylaw 2019-100, permission be granted to introduce a motion without notice concerning the extension of the Horsepower Sports and Entertainment Group facility use and concessions agreement, Sadlin Arena. 2/3 majority vote is required. All those in favor? It carries. Councillor Harvey.
Thank you, Mayor Nuttall. Moved by myself, seconded by Deputy Mayor Thompson. Extension of the Horsepower Sports and Entertainment Group facility use and concessions agreement for the Sadlin Arena. That existing facility use and concession agreements with the Horsepower Sports and Entertainment Group, owners of the Barrie Colts, for the use of the Sadlin Arena be further extended to April 30th, 2024. And I can speak to that.
It's moved by Councillor Harvey and seconded by Deputy Mayor Thompson that an extension Horsepower Sports and Entertainment Group facility use and concessions agreement, Sadlin Arena, that existing facility use and concession agreements with the Horsepower Sports and Entertainment Group, owners of the Barrie Colts, for the use of the Sadlin Arena be further extended to April 30th, 2024. Councillor Harvey, floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor Nuttall. Yeah, this is just a second extension. Staff have been working with the Colts on renewing the concession and facility use agreements, and just need a little bit more time to be able to come back with us for a contract to be approved.
Any questions or comments with regards to the motion for the extension for Horsepower Sports and Entertainment? Seeing none, all those in favor? It carries. We have no presentations. We're going to leave inquiries and announcements to General Committee, which will occur right after the City Council meeting. Bylaws, Deputy Mayor Thompson.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Negusi. Leave be granted to introduce this following bill, and this bill be read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed. Bill 18, the confirmation bylaw.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Negusi, that leave be granted to introduce the following bill, and this bill be read a first, second, and third time this day, and finally passed. Bill 18. Are there any questions or comments with regards to the bill? Seeing none, all those in favor? It carries. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Councillor Rietma, seconded by Councillor Corser. All those in favor? It carries. We adjourn at 7:16 on February the 28th. We need 3 minutes to get into the next meeting, which is our General Committee meeting, so I'd ask everyone to stay put, but we will begin momentarily.